So today I took my entire retirement plan. I'm talking about my download from Boldin. It's a comprehensive retirement package that I use. There's a link for free 2 weeks. Check it out. But it has the opportunity to download that to a PDF file, and you download it with either pessimistic, average, or optimistic assumptions. So optimistic may have, a 10% return on my equities and a low inflation, for example. Pessimistic will have a high inflation and low returns. So I entered all those, well, not all those. It was just one file. I did average. It has when I'm taking Social Security, has all my Roth conversions in it, all the assumptions, everything. I put it into this PDF and then uploaded it into ChatGPT. And I said, can you improve this plan? What are the strengths? What are the gaps? Okay, very cool. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the output of that. Slightly modified. Let's see, I'm sharing my screen. There we go. Should be sharing. Well, one thing I did, and this is just how I'm choosing to do this, is it actually gave me a bunch of numbers, a whole lot of numbers, what I'm spending, what my nest egg is growing to, over time, my Roth conversion amounts. It was a lot of numbers and percentages. I had this summary, take that all out. Okay. I just did that. I had to take that all out. Um, so it when you so that's the first caveat. Well, probably the only caveat. If you come down here to the bottom of the screen, this is where when you type in Chat GPT, this is what comes up. It says ask me anything. So you type in your question. And then this little plus is where you add files. So you hit that plus and then you just attach your PDF. Super cool, easy to do. Gonna turn off my phone here. Super easy to do. So I just typed in, hey, here's my plan. And give me an overall summary, strengths, weaknesses, gaps. What would I do? Should I do different? Let's see what it says. So overall commentary. Again, I told it to take out the numbers. You will get an enormous amount of numbers. I just chose to hide them. It says we're both retired. We're debt free. Looks like we're in outstanding shape. High probability of success. It's 99%, which is too high. But I refuse to just waste money and spend more money. That's just the lifestyle that my wife and I choose to. We've lived our whole lives. It's hard to change. I'll just say that. So strengths, there's 5 strengths: exceptional probability of success. This is through the Monte Carlo, even on average settings. So for you, I would do this on average settings, pessimistic settings, and optimistic, and see the commentary on each one of those. That's what I did, but not what I'm going to show here. Well-balanced growth. The assumed rate of return was realistic, and so was inflation. So if I had an error in there was being too high or too low, it would call that out. I have a thoughtful Roth conversion plan. Smart spending framework. I've been using go, slow go, and no-go spending. It recognized that those are part of my plan. One thing it didn't call out is I have one-time expenses in there too, and didn't kind of compliment me on that. And longevity cushion, even after my life expectancy, what I entered into the plan, even if I live 10 years longer, I'm in good shape. So areas to improve. I really didn't put anything in there for long-term care costs. We'll have our house. I'll have enough money in savings that we can cover that ourselves. So I'm fine with this comment. Fine tuning your Social Security. It says, hey, you may take it at 70 instead of 69. I was taking it at 69 because my wife is going to get spousal Social Security. She can't get it till I take it, and she maxes out when she's 67. I'm 69, so 69 and 67 were our ages I input. That's a decision, and we'll see. I may delay it a year. It's saying, hey, I may want to rebalance my mix over time. Boldin doesn't have a great rebalance feature. They're working on that, I know. But so as I'm spending money, my accounts get heavy towards the equities, which is okay, but not ideal and not the way I'll probably do it. It's okay because as I age and accounts grow, my sequence of return risk gets minimized. I'm taking Social Security, spending goes down. They asked me to test higher spending scenarios. Again, I don't want to do that. We're spending more money on travel than I've ever done. I'm in my bedroom right now. Many of you know we're going through a little remodel right now, and I just paid for 2 weddings. I'm spending plenty of money, but I don't want to. I just don't want to increase my lifestyle to something that's uncomfortable for my wife and I. And align estate goals with reality. I really have an estate goal of 0. And it's going to be whatever it is. It won't be 0. So that's what it said I'm missing. And those may fit you. So major concerns that they had about my plan. I don't really have anything specific for long-term care risk. Looking at my assets, that should not be a problem. RMDs are a problem for me. So it's really saying, hey, at RMD time, and this was very specific when they use numbers, it says it kind of blows up on you when you turn 75. So maybe even do more RMDs. And as I said in another video, I'm kind of struggling with that because it's paying into the 24% tax bracket. And I'm uncomfortable with that. I did last year, but I'm hesitating this year. I'll let you know what I end up doing. I'm still thinking through that. I may be underestimating the inflation impact. Well, what ChatGPT doesn't know is that I have a plan that is pessimistic and optimistic to go with this average one, and it does estimate high inflation in that plan. So that's why I said do all three. Do a PDF or whatever your retirement plan is in, upload it in the ChatGPT with pessimistic, average, and optimistic returns. You'll get some cool information. Sequence of return risk. It talks about that. It gave me some very specifics. I'm prepared very well with 10 years of expenses right now. And it put this in there because over time, that 10 years expenses goes down significantly. And I didn't put in adjustments to that, rebalancing. Okay, so it all falls under that rebalancing category. But Boldin does an exceptional job taking a snapshot of where I'm at and says, you're in great shape. Okay, it's basically what this is saying. And then every 6 months, I put everything into Boldin, update it, and do that other snapshot and says, hey, am I making the right decisions now? And then it says, hey, I got, an oversized end of life balance. Consider, spending more money, which, this spending more money kind of like, it's offset by, hey, I don't have a long-term care plan. Well, both of these really can't be true. It's kind of a critique. But there you go. There is the detailed summary. And again, you can get all numbers in this, and you can have charts created with this. But I think it's just a nice tool if you have a retirement plan that you've created to get another set of eyes looking at it, throw it in the ChatGPT. I don't think that's the final answer. I do think it is very wise to get a $300 plan review from the folks at Defining Wealth. I've got a video series on defining wealth coming out this weekend. It's a 3-part series where I'm with them talking through what they found in over 200 plans, and they are just doing an exceptional job. That'll be the first link. I'll make that the first link you come to is defining wealth, and the next one will be on Boldin to try out that software. So again, yeah, this is another confirmation step you can make on your retirement plan. It's totally free. Add the $300 plan review from that, get some great confidence, make the decision to retire earlier with confidence. Cool? It's Joe out.